I think that we can meet them in the middle. Like we can always acknowledge that like they're heroes like RBG. Like they've done a lot for us. You know, one thing I don't like is how like leftists online would immediately like bash her after she died, and I was like, you can't do that. You have to acknowledge what she did and the good that she did, even if she had some shortcomings. So I think one of the things is to do that. You know, you have to acknowledge the things that they also hold near and dear for them to even begin to listen to us, what we hold near and dear. So I think a lot of respect. That's one. And two is just talking about women of color, you know, a lot of them, you know, trying to get into those spaces and saying how different issues affect me as a woman. Because I mean, historically, the suffragette movement, it excluded women of color. You know, they got the right to vote in the 1920s, but like women of color was like all way into the 60s. So, you know, you have to meet that disconnect. You have to get those people into those spaces, and you have to also acknowledge, you know, what they have done.
Right. Kate, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say it's things that I agree with. I love an unabashed ambition for women. Like, I feel like we should promote that. If, you know, I feel like women often are punished for showing like an interest in power. And I think that all women need to embrace power. So obviously there's like a million different points of where Instagram feminism can actually, if it just like broadens its vision, it can find solidarity with, you know, more of a working class vision of feminism. I think we all need to come together and build a whole different system, because the one that we have right now is driving me insane. I am a mother of 4 and I am going stir crazy during this pandemic. So
I think the woman that is currently like encompassing, like doing a really good job, I think, of like meeting people in the middle with that is AOC. She, right. Like the white feminists, they love her. Like they love her. They adore her because she will go on Vogue. She'll do her makeup, you know, she'll do like interviews, you know, fluff pieces, because like people like that, you know. You have to try to get into the mainstream, and people do enjoy that when she talks about women empowerment. I think the biggest moment was when she addressed that senator that called her, you know, the B word. and she, you know, her speech, you know, she like really reels it in that like as a woman, you know, you can't call her that. She is a congresswoman.
Right.
And yeah, those moments are when white liberals, you know, fawn over her. And I see no problem in that if she's bringing her platform to the mainstream. So if, you know, if she gets attention, that's good for me, because, you know, the issue she cares about, I care about. So like, I think Chrissy Teigen is like a huge fan of hers. You know, Chrissy's not a white woman, but she's very popular in the mainstream. So a lot of people get mad at that, you know, they see it as like liberal stuff to do performative. Politics is performative. So
exactly. And if we can use their performative games as much as they do, and hopefully it's for the better. It's like they're the, you know, it's the candy that brings them into the policy, it's easing them in.
I mean, I think we have bigger things to worry about than the wing. For example, like I just find it really. I
just thought it was such an interesting display of the collapse of feminist liberalism.
I love like crapping on things like the wing, but I mean, the thing that really gets me is just this idea that, I mean, and this is kind of controversial on the left, but I do feel like there was so much more venom directed at Elizabeth Warren, for example, from the left than there is towards Joe Biden. Yeah. Like I do feel like that had a lot to do with like just him being this like white male who just is kind of inoffensive. He's just kind of there. But, you know, the fact that they would repeat the Pocahontas slur that Trump came up with, you know, I heard that all the time from the far left. And I feel like women, I mean, also it did hurt when, you know, Trump called Kamala Harris a monster, even though I didn't support Kamala Harris. It's just like, I do feel like women are still so much more vulnerable to this sort of vitriol and this hatred. And, you know, it's directed at all of us of all colors and all classes. And so, you know, I knew like far left women who said that they were going to vote for Biden in the primary because they just wanted to win. And I just feel like we're all,
whoa.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of, you know, even left feminists are giving up. Like she had experienced enough discrimination in her life. You know, she was older, that she was just like, there's no winning. So we might as well vote for the white guy because, you know, we need at least somebody who will, you know, be a little nicer to us than the right wing candidates.
Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.